So, you're thinking about making a big career move to the UAE. Awesome! But that visa process, right? It can feel like this huge, complicated mountain. Well, it really doesn't have to be. In this explainer, we're going to flatten that mountain into a super simple roadmap. We'll break down the whole 2025 two-year employment visa step by step.
Yeah, that's a super common feeling. You see the amazing opportunity, right? The incredible culture, the massive career boost, and then you hit the wall of paperwork and regulations, and it just feels overwhelming. But does it really have to be that daunting? Nope, not at all. Look, you've come to the right place. We are going to break down the UAE's streamlined 2025 employment visa process, turning it into a really easy-to-follow roadmap. We'll walk through it together, and I promise, by the end, you'll feel totally clear and confident about the whole journey.
So here's what we're going to cover. First, what is this visa? Then, are you even eligible? After that, we'll map out the application journey step by step. We'll hit the big questions, costs and timelines. And finally, we'll tackle some key questions that always come up. Simple, right?
All right, let's dive in. Section 1. What is this visa really? This is the foundation of your whole journey, so let's get it right. Okay, so what is the UAE two-year employment visa? Think of it as your official key to living and working in the Emirates. It's a residence and a work permit all rolled into one. But here's the crucial part. It's tied to an employer. They sponsor you, so it's not like a general pass to work anywhere. The good news for 2025 is that the whole system has gone digital, making it way faster and clearer. It's basically your legal ticket to be there for 2 years. Okay, so we know what the visa is. The next big question is, are you eligible? Think of this part as checking your passport and all your documents before you head to the airport. It's that important.
So here are the absolute must-haves. These are non-negotiable. First, you've got to be at least 18. The big one, though, you need a real job offer from a properly licensed company in the UAE. Then there are two other big checks. You have to pass a health screening at an approved medical center in the UAE, and you'll go through a standard security check. No shortcuts here. Everyone has to meet these requirements.
Okay, but it's not just about those basic checks. Here's something really interesting. The UAE actually categorizes you based on your skill level, which is determined by your education. So, Category 1 is for folks with a bachelor's degree or higher. Category 2 is for post-secondary diplomas, and Category 3 is for high school grads. Now, why should you care? Well, this category can actually affect things like how much the government fees are, and it can even play a role in the kinds of jobs you can be officially hired for, so it matters.
All right, let's say you're eligible. Great. Now for the main event, the actual step-by-step roadmap. We've boiled the whole thing down to 5 simple steps that take you all the way from getting that job offer to having your residency in hand.
So, first thing to notice here is that your employer does a lot of the initial work. They're the ones who give you the official contract to sign. Then, they apply for what's called an entry permit, which is good for 60 days. You don't even travel until that's approved. Once you land in the UAE, the ball is in your court. You'll do your medical tests and then go get your biometrics taken for your Emirates ID card. The very last step, the visa gets processed and digitally tied to that new ID. And boom, you are now a legal resident employee. Done.
Okay, we've seen the journey. Now let's talk about the 2 things everyone really wants to know. How much does it cost, and how long does it take?
Let's talk money. The typical cost for the whole 2-year visa process is somewhere between 3,000 and 7,000 Emirati dirhams. But here is the most important part. Listen up. By law, your employer pays this, not you. Now, this doesn't cover things like your medical insurance or the fee for the Emirates ID card itself, but the big visa cost, that's on them.
And how long are we talking? This is where the 2025 system is just wow. From start to finish, the whole thing usually takes about 10 to 15 working days. I mean, from application to your visa being active, that's incredibly fast as long as all your paperwork is correct. So what's the payoff for all this? You get 2 full years of legal residence and the right to work in the UAE. Simple as that. It's a solid foundation for building your career and, of course, you can renew it. All right, we've covered a ton.
what the visa is, if you're eligible, the steps, the cost, the time. Now let's wrap up by hitting some of the most common questions people have, like a quick little FAQ section.
Okay, first question, and it's a big one. Is the visa tied to my employer, or can I just switch jobs whenever I want?
The answer is a very clear yes. This visa is absolutely employer-specific. Think of it as a sponsorship. So if you decide to change jobs, you can't just switch. Your old visa has to be officially canceled, and then your new employer has to start the whole process over again for you.
Next question. We know the employer does a lot of the legwork, but what about you? What are the most crucial documents that you need to prepare?
Okay, this is your personal checklist. You'll need your passport, of course, with at least 6 months of validity left. You'll need some passport-sized photos and your signed employment contract. And this is super important, look at that last one. Your educational certificates need to be attested. That's a fancy word for officially verified by a bunch of different government departments, both in your home country and in the UAE. This isn't quick. It can take weeks. So my advice, start this process the second you get your job offer.
All right, and now for a huge one. For many people, this is the deal breaker. Can I bring my family with me?
And the answer is yes, you absolutely can sponsor your family. If you have this employment visa, you can bring over your spouse and kids. It all comes down to your salary. There are 2 main ways to qualify. Option 1, you earn a minimum of 4,000 dirhams a month. Or, option 2, you earn at least 3,000 dirhams a month and your company provides your housing. Either one of those will do it.
So what's the big picture here? The main thing to get is that the 2025 process isn't meant to be confusing or mysterious. It's designed to be, what this quote says, a transparent, officially regulated system. The whole point is to make hiring foreign talent easy, safe, and totally above board. It's a system designed to work for everyone.
So there you have it. We've laid out the entire roadmap, the steps, the costs, the timeline. The path to working in the UAE is probably clearer now than it's ever been, which leaves just one final question for you to think about. With the roadmap this clear, is the UAE or